So I've lived in Pattaya for coming up to nearly a year now, and I figured it was time to make a video where I talk about the pros and cons of living here. So that's what this video is. And of course I'll start with the more positive side, the pros. Starting with the first pro. Lifestyle. Because the lifestyle here in Pattaya can be pretty lively, with beaches, bars, clubs, restaurants, nightclubs, cultural events, as well as a lot of beach activities, I will say, especially during peak season. There seems to be a lot of activities that go on the beach, whether it's volleyball, badminton, tennis. It seems to have a few different sports on the beach, which is pretty cool as well. And they move around beach to beach as the season goes on. I can assume it's some sort of league or tournament or something. As well as more recently, they had the marathon here, the Pattaya Marathon, where they blocked off a lot of the roads, and that was the whole activity. So if you like being somewhere with options, Pattaya seems to have it all. I mean, you can either be chilling on the beach with a coconut in one hand, relaxing, or drunkenly stumbling yourself down Walking Street. You know, the options are endless. So on to the next pro. Like most of Thailand, your average daily cost is going to be quite low if you're a normal spender, that is. Because here you can find cheap, modern, well-maintained condos and villas. And I'd say a good rule of thumb as far as price comes, the closer to the beach, more expensive. Unless you're in the city centre, then again, that's on the more expensive side as well. So if you're looking for a really cheap condo, maybe going more south and more of the southern beaches where I am, or maybe in more inland, you know, the choice is yours. Because you can live a good life here for not a lot of money, especially when compared to the West. And if you want to come here on a budget, well, I've made just the video for you. Very recently I made a cost of living here where I live pretty much on a budget. I don't really spend too much, I don't party, I don't drink. So if you're wondering how much it costs to live here on a budget, I'll leave that link in the description for you guys. But for now, to the next pro. We're on about entertainment. I mean, the options here in Pattaya are almost everything you can think of. And that includes the obvious ones like the nightlife related activities, the beach activities, water parks, theme park, restaurants, shopping malls, off-road buggying, jet skiing, and you can even go to a shooting range, you know, just to name a few examples. So entertainment, Pattaya's got it covered. The next pro would be good amenities and good infrastructure. And what I mean by that is that high quality international hospitals and clinics are available here, as well as modern shopping malls, international supermarket, and so many food markets that give so many options for dining. Plus, for many expats, the conveniences of the Western food, internet, gym, and the Western entertainment are all here as well, are all available. And some people might be surprised by that, and yes, more rural Thailand might not have these amenities and everything, but the more populated, more tourist-focused cities are going to have everything you need, at least when it comes to that kind of stuff. Now onto the final pro. Travel connections, because being close to an airport is very beneficial. And when I mean close, I mean Pattaya is about 60 minutes away from Bangkok and the major airports in the whole country. And even though I take public transport there, which is cheaper and, well, just as reliable, I'd say, it does take a bit longer. So that 90-minute mark is not if you're going to use public transport. If you're in a minivan or a bus, it's going to take a little bit longer. And considering Pattaya itself doesn't have an international airport here, that's another bonus. Because when you look in Thailand, especially more the islands as well, when it comes to travelling, you can experience difficulties. So having a major airport being not too far away is always just going to set your mind at ease when it comes to that sort of stuff. But that covers the pros, at least for living in Pattaya. Then move on to the cons, starting with the reputation. Now, the biggest stereotype about Pattaya is that it's Sin City, it's the party city, it's known for its nightlife. And whenever you mention to someone that you're thinking of visiting there, or maybe even thinking of living there, I get it all the time when I tell people that I live here, and they will probably judge you because their mind goes straight to the first thing that they think of when they think of Pattaya. And they might be right. I mean, I don't know you and your reasons for coming here, but hey, everyone seems to think the same thing. You'll see it in their face when they talk to you. But really, those are the type of people that can just think whatever they want. It doesn't really matter. I mean, most of the time, those people, they haven't even been Thailand, let alone Pattaya itself. I mean, they're purely just going off the reputation alone. And maybe they're just trying to be funny, but I'll tell you now, I've heard it way too many times for it to be funny anymore. So I guess that's kind of a negative if you care about what other people think, the reputation of Pattaya itself. But hey, if you don't care, then it doesn't matter. But I've still put it on the cons list. But we'll go on to the next one now. Now, during the peak season, it can be quite busy, and the crowds are going to be quite big, especially in the more tourist cities, which Pattaya is one. And even the beaches away from the main tourist beach are still going to get a bit more crowded. And even more so if it's a holiday, because then all the locals come down because they want a beach day as well. And well, that just adds to the fun. And the crowds are by no means guaranteed, even during peak season. It's just something to consider, and it may be a negative if you don't want to be surrounded by hundreds of people on the beach. But you could probably find a private spot. There's enough beaches here in Pattaya to find a private one. You just have to go a bit more to the outskirts. And on to the next con. The increase in costs. Now, as Pattaya has grown more international and more known, prices for some things, especially in the more nicer, luxurious areas, has risen. But this isn't just Pattaya though. This is probably the entirety of Thailand, and any other booming cities along with it as well. I mean, if you just look back 10 years compared to now, prices were a hell of a lot cheaper than they are now, and I think it's only going to keep on going that way, as Pattaya and Thailand keep growing. I mean, it would be silly to expect anywhere's cost of living to stay the exact same forever now, wouldn't it? So yes, Pattaya's costs are slowly rising, that is true. but most normal things are still cheap, especially compared to the West. I mean, it's still Thailand at the end of the day. Now on to the next con, which is weather. Now the weather itself is hot and humid most of the year. As you can see, I'm inside and I'm still sweating, and that's with the AC on. And when rainy season comes round, it can also rain a hell of a lot, which often floods the roads and can make it difficult to even walk down the street sometimes. Especially if you get caught in the rain and you think it's only going to be a few minutes, and then the road just disappears in front of your eyes. I mean, that's happened a few times. But I'll say Pattaya itself is slowly improving. There always seems to be doing construction down on the beach road near me. And since I moved here at the beginning of the year, they definitely have improved the roads. There's some parts that flooded back then that haven't flooded since they've done whatever changes they've done. But whatever the workers have done, it seems to have worked. Also, I know they just finished improving the beach road path alongside me here, and that looks pretty good actually. So yeah, the weather can create certain challenges. And the final con I have on my list is the Thai bureaucracy. And what I mean by this is dealing with the visas and any legal matters as a foreigner. Because whatever it is, it will often take time to complete and get finished, and you will have to have a lot of patience. And this is true anywhere, but Pattaya doesn't make it any easier. So without a lot of patience, you're going to be almost a guarantee that you're going to stress yourself out, because it's not the easiest and quickest and simplest thing in the world when it comes to anything legal over here in Thailand. But yeah, that's my list of the pros and cons of living here in Pattaya, Thailand. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one.